Welcome back to another episode of the Crypto Serpent. I'm going to talk about Vechain today, what is going on right now, and the prices that we have at the moment are absolutely unbelievable. And so we're going to talk about that. We're going to discuss, what is happening, what is going on, some of the news, what is FX Street talking about, and, just in general, right, what is happening as we head closer and closer to the 3rd year anniversary of the mainnet of Vechain. So let's get right into this one today. So the Vechain price prediction, VET coils up for a 30% rally. So it is getting ready for a 30% rally according to FX Street. So Vechain price consolidates between the support barriers of 6 cents and a swing high of 8 cents set up on June 23. VET could rally to 30% to tag a resistance level of 9 cents, well, close to 10 cents, if buyers push it past 8 cents, which at the moment we're not. Now, there's a couple of key things here that they're talking about, like from a price breakout point of view, looking at some basic charts, they're looking at over here, going, like we're going to maybe swing by the 6s and then go up. I'll talk to you about that today as well, because I don't really think that's going to be the case. Like I think we're not gonna see 6 cents. We're gonna go from here now and continue to rally and continue to go up. But it is important, to check everything and to see where we're at and how we're gonna get there, because it is really, really important. Now, when we look at around the world what they're talking about, news sites generally piggyback off each other. So, this website, talks about the same things. And what tends to happen with news articles is that they don't go beyond the charts. So they'll just look at the charts and be like, right, this is the charts, this is what's going on right now. So they don't really factor in things like, China making a huge announcement, 3rd year anniversary mainnet's coming. If China makes that particular announcement, what's that going to do to the price that day, literally, as we move forward. So it's good to read news. Sometimes they pick up things that maybe perhaps you didn't think of, but don't always go by news sites because they don't really give you the full picture of what you want. Now, when we look at, this Zhuhai City launched the Chang'an code based on Vechain's toolchain, covering more than 300,000 local residents. I mean, that is insane, right? So a few days ago, this particular city launched a blockchain-based system called the Chang'an code, covering more than 300,000 local residents based on field security code that is built on the Vechain blockchain, on the Vechain tool. And this is where Vechain gets really, really interesting. It's more than just agriculture. It's more than just food. It's more than just real estate. It's more than climate change and saving the environment from a blockchain point of view. It is those things and so much more. And this is what I find really fascinating, is all the different industries and facets that it can impact. This strong alliance with China, which we're seeing over and over again pop up on our screens. It is coming. Now, not just China though, because over 3 million tomatoes in Italy are to be tracked using the Vechain blockchain. Now, Italy is a massive supporter of Vechain. You even have on Twitter Vechain Italia, which talks about how Italian companies and Italian brands are using the Vechain ecosystem. So keep an eye out for this coin, because I know that I do talk about it as regularly as I possibly can on the channel. The Vechain will be the one that I think in 2021 surprises everybody. XRP was the coin that surprised everyone in 2017. It rallied last, it rallied the hardest. We saw like 17 cents go to $3.30, and I think Vechain could be that story. It could really, really catapult it to numbers that you and I probably don't even know yet. But all we have today is, the news. We have, what we see right in front of us right now. And based on that, I'm going to give you, what's going on today and what can you expect and sort of roughly where are we going to end up with Vechain as far as the bottom, and then where we're going afterwards as well. Now, let's jump into Atani. Let's see what that's Atani is telling us. So when we look at Atani and we look at the forecast at the moment, on the daily chart. On the daily chart, when we look at the Vechain price, the RSI hit bottom and then it bounced off straight away. But on the MACD, we are still in a non-bullish segment for now. We are in a bearish market, but not by much, like very, very little. When we look at the Bollinger Band, from a Bollinger Band perspective, we are sitting towards the bottom of the Bollinger Band. But on the daily charts, we don't really get any major indication about where we're going and, what is about to happen. On the hourly, looks different. So on the hourly, we actually do look pretty good. It actually looks pretty good right now, like the way that it's been moving, like it was outside of the Bollinger Band and now it's come back in and now it looks like, it could be moving up. So are we into a bullish trend moving forward? We are 2.64% up, which is not a lot compared to some others. Some others have bounced back really nicely. On the 4 hour, we're sitting on a bullish trend on the MACD and the RSI sort of sitting towards the bottom. But then when we go 12 hour, we can see, it's starting almost to go into a bullish segment. So I think based on looking at Atani at the moment and, looking at all the signals that I usually go by on a day-to-day basis, I think we are looking pretty good at right now compared to, where we usually have been for the last couple of days. And so when I look at this and I look at the signals and these indicators, like where could we go, over the next couple of, next 24 to 48 hours, I think we could potentially see a 10 cents. And maybe, and it's been a while, since we've seen it. But I think we could potentially see a rise to 10 cents. I mean, normally Sundays in Australia. I mean, Monday mornings in Australia and Sundays in America are generally, bearish markets. Usually the price moves down. But I mean, today has been pretty good for a Sunday, which tells me generally that, the week is going to be generally when the Sunday is positive, the week kicks off in a positive way. And we have seen Bitcoin go down to 30,000 on a number of occasions. It did dip to 28,000 throughout the week, but now we didn't get down to 28 and 24s and 23s, which a lot of people were talking about yesterday. We're about to crash. It didn't really crash, did it? So let's have a look at some of the charts. Let's have a look at some drawings, and let's see what the drawings tell us, because I think it's really, really fascinating where Vechain is right now in June 2021. But I think by the time we get to December this year, it's going to be a completely different ball game. And again, it's not financial advice, and I'm not a financial advisor, but if you haven't got any Vechain, I highly encourage you, spend your Sunday night, look at this. Don't look at the Euro, don't look at Formula One or MotoGP or anything like that. Spend some time and actually, learning about this stuff. And, I think we would probably both agree. But let's look at some drawings. I personally think that we have found major support in the 7 cents area. I really do. If we look at how many times it's touched and then maybe even gone down, but then it's always come back to that 7 cent support area, I think we have found support. And I think over the next couple of days, we're probably going to bounce, around, bounce off of this for a little bit. And, between 12 and 10, 12 and 7, just go up and down. And then as we break out of it, and breaking out probably be around the 15 cents, retest it a couple of times to confirm. And then we go up to 22. Tested a couple of times to make sure that we've confirmed, and then go up. And then once we break out of 30 and consolidate over 30, we renew price discovery. And really from there, it's, anybody's guess about how fast and how far we go. But that's, this is a trend line or a town line that I can support, because as I've always told you, trading, this stuff is not crystal clear, and it's not a straight arrow. If it was a straight arrow, everyone would be a trader. So be on the lookout for something like that. Now we've hit the low, and now I think we are ready to bounce and continue to rally. 70 cents, $1 for me. I still 100% believe in a dollar coming through in 2021, maybe even more. Again, because of my own research. That's the only reason why I make this statement, and they are my statements, by the way. So what are some of the key targets? What are some of the key things that we got to look out for? Where we are right now, then we got 26 cents, 77 cents, $1.65 are major targets. And they're major targets because of the potential that Vechain has, and the potential that everybody around the world sees for Vechain. So it's really, really important to zoom out, when in doubt. And that's why I said, spend the weekend, look at this stuff, really look at it. So I think this type of formation has been built. And now that this formation has been built, I think, we are ready to go towards 10 cents. once we break out of 10, consolidate above 10, and then keep pushing forward, I think then we will see the Vechain train finally kick off again. Now, in the spirit of, the world is not all sunshine, rainbows, and lollipops, if all this fails, could we go down to as low as 5 cents and then rally up and continue to move forward? The answer is yes. Yes, that could happen. And I don't want you to get scared about that. I think it will definitely, be on the lookout for something like this, right? Just in case, be prepared for the worst. Always be prepared for the worst. Because if you do that, then you are ready. Will you hold if it does go down to 5 cents? Will you buy more when it goes down to 5 cents? Overall, I just want to know in the comments, what are your thoughts on Vechain? What are your thoughts about the third year mainnet anniversary coming? Let me know in the comments, and hopefully the video was helpful. If the video was helpful, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. As always, thank you, and I look forward to see you on the next one.